Okay, this is my brushless ZD Racing 1/16 scale buggy. I'm pretty much doing a review slash showing off some of the features on it. Basically try to help people figure out whether they actually want one. I highly recommend them. For the price, they're dirt cheap. I've been watching them generally ending somewhere below the $70 mark. I've seen some end extremely lower than that, especially considering the retail on this is supposed to be $175, I think, or somewhere thereabouts. This one's not completely stock. The first thing you notice is the tires aren't right. I took the truck tires and put them on here just to get a little bit more ground clearance. The buggy tires are about half as wide, and they're just a smidgen bit shorter, but I like the truggy, or like the truck tires a little better, or the monster truck tires. Pretty much the body's nothing too fancy. The wing mount is pretty decent. The wing is nice and flexible, so you shouldn't be able to break it too easy. But it's strong where it counts. The ribbing on it actually makes it pretty stiff as far as if downforce starts to take place on it. There's quite a bit of difference between this one and the brushed version. Most of the things you're going to notice first off are going to be the aluminum. It has aluminum shock mounts, front and rear. It also has an aluminum top plate. All of the steering links are adjustable, and the upper control arms are all adjustable. So as far as pretty much adjusting it to do whatever you want, it's here. You can adjust just about everything on it. Probably the first thing that I noticed on these, and I kind of inspected, was for wheel wobble. I noticed it on the others. The rest of the suspension was good on them, but on the brush version, there was a lot of wheel wobble. This one has a little bit, as you can see right here. This didn't show up until I really started running it. I'm assuming, I haven't took it apart yet, that I've probably got a bearing that isn't in too good a shape, or doesn't match too good. The dimensions aren't quite right on it. That, or they skipped a step. Now, the kicker is all three of the other wheels, and I guess that one's developed some, and I guess all three of them have. This one here hasn't yet, but at the time when I first opened it up, three of the wheels didn't have wobble. They were pretty straight, didn't need any shimming, so I decided just to leave it alone. Apparently now they've developed wobble. Pretty much the main difference between it, other than the parts I've already shown, are in the electronics. It has a brushless speed control mounted here. It's kind of bulky, and on the buggy version, it's mounted extremely close to this rear mount for the body. Makes taking the body on and off a royal pain in the butt. But I still recommend the buggy body. I'm probably going to unmount it because it is screwed to the mount, and move it forward a couple inches, well, probably a half an inch, and then use servo tape to hold it down, and maybe run a strap underneath to help support it even more, because it is kind of big and heavy, and kind of makes me paranoid about using just servo tape on it. It also comes with a 3900 kV brushless motor. It's nothing too fancy, it's not too bulky. One of the changes they made is they went to a 16 tooth pinion gear instead of a 14. It pretty much covers the majority. The only thing left that they really upgraded on this one was the fact, and you probably, that's right in the way. Yeah, you won't be able to see it very good, but if at all. But they actually installed CVDs on the brushed version on the outer drives. It gets really annoying clicking, takes up a hair bit of slop in the drivetrain. Comes with the exact same controller, same servo, same receiver, yada yada yada. I still recommend moving the outer link out, especially on this thing. It's about as twitchy as you can get. I'm actually trying to see if I can find a slower servo, because the controller doesn't you can't slow the response by the controller. That's one feature it doesn't have, or transit time. And I had to be extremely careful while driving. The buggy and the truggy version come with sway bars. You might catch a glimmer of the metal there for it. Frankly, the wire doesn't seem to be heavy enough. I'm used to most of my stuff being a little tighter, but whatever. I've tried adjusting a little bit, but I don't plan on driving this on a high traction surface anyhow, so it doesn't really matter that much to me. This particular one has been through an insane amount of tumbles, still hasn't broke. I was a little paranoid because when they added the upper links, it's actually a pretty long bar and gets rid of a lot of flexibility out of the upper control arm. You can kind of see the dimples there, I hope. And I was worried I was going to break an upper control arm. Hasn't happened yet. If it does, I'll probably end up switching to the brushed version control arms, at least on the rear, maybe on the front, even though that doesn't make much sense. But as far as speed, it's just flat out insane. For something so small, it's just insane. It's hard to follow. Hopefully I'll have a video up here soon. But I wholeheartedly think their 30-mile-an-hour claims might be underrating it a bit. The speed control is 3-cell compatible. I've only been running it on the factory 2-cell battery pack. It's rated at 1500 milliamp and has a 15C rating. I can't swear to the capacity on it, but it's definitely got plenty of run time. Because I'm just using the included charger, which generally takes about an hour and a half to charge it. That seems to be the running rate. I haven't bent the antenna back on this one because I don't think it's going to fit very well underneath the body. I could be wrong. I might try it eventually, but so far I haven't messed with it. I am planning on putting the truck front bumper on this one, just for a little bit of added protection. It's going to extend out a little far and look kind of goofy, but there's a little nose section that's supposed to go here on this mount that's probably impossible to see, to make it look like the body extends out past the front post. All it really is a white piece of plastic, and I thought it looked ridiculous, so I just took it off. That's about it. I'm running out of things to mumble about.